WindrunnerMatt, and here is most of the Ninjago sets releasing on January 1st, 2023. Whenever we get a new Ninjago wave, I like to make a video giving you guys my recommendations as to which sets you should pick up and which ones are worth skipping out on. Now, of course, all of these were sent to me early by the LEGO group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, and I have full reviews of each individual set up on the channel, so if you want to see any of those more in depth, go check out the description of the video or the pinned comment. But if you're still not sure what to get after all those reviews, this video is to give you my personal recommendations. Now, of course, there is 3 more sets beyond these 7. These were just the ones sent to me by LEGO early. However, the 3 that I don't have are all $10 sets, and they're quite small and no exclusive minifigures, so while I still will review them on the channel when I get them, I don't think it's very likely that I'm going to find them in the next 2 days, so I thought it'd be more valuable to have this video out before the 1st, so it can help inform your decisions for what you guys will buy on the 1st. Because yeah, I don't think those $10 sets will change too much. If you want them, you want them. If you don't, you don't. But if you really want to know whether or not you should get them, stay tuned for my reviews. I'll be buying them on January 1st, and probably doing reviews of them that day or the day after. But anyway, yeah, with all that being said, which of these sets should you buy? So I'll start off with my must-have sets. These are the sets that if you're a Ninjago fan, I think you really should pick up. And unfortunately with this wave, there's not really a ton of them. There's really only one set I'd call a must-have set, and that is Lloyd's Mech Battle Evo. That set is just fantastic. Of course, you guys know I love Evo mechs, but they're just such a perfect toy that both looks good and is a ton of fun. It also comes with a proper full villain build, which is always very nice to see because that's super uncommon nowadays. There's an exclusive Golden Lloyd minifigure as well, and exclusive minifigures are very uncommon in this entire wave. I believe there's only 2, one of which being that Golden Lloyd and the other one being the Pixelbot. So if you're only going to get one set from this wave, I recommend that you get the Lloyd's Mech Battle Evo. It's only $20 in the US and similar prices in other countries. But yeah, that would be my #1 highest recommended set. In terms of what set has the best build overall, I would say Zane's Ice Dragon creature. That would probably be my #2 set I'd recommend. Obviously, it's a bit more expensive, so not everyone's going to be able to get that one. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to save their money for the summer wave, and that's completely fair. So if you're saving your money, you may not want that one, but if you have the money to spend, then that would be my #2 recommendation, because it is probably one of the best dragons we've ever gotten. Just super unique with the 6 legs, tons of fun to pose, really unique head sculpt to it, and just demands such a presence on a shelf. Additionally, if you're only going to get one set, that's a decent one to pick up, because you do get the main villain in that set, as well as some of the harder to find variants of the Skull villains. So as an all-in-one package, I think that's a lot of fun. And in terms of playability too, I think there's a lot of value in that one that you can't get from some of the other sets. Because of the fact that it's a 2-in-1 set, there's lots of different things you can do with it. So if you do have a slightly higher budget, those would really be the 2 main sets I recommend. Also, I misspoke earlier, there's actually 3 or 4 exclusive minifigures of this wave, because the Ninja Brick Box in the back also comes with 2 exclusive minifigures, but they're only exclusive because they share the same torso, and the rest of their pieces are non-exclusive. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about the Ninja Brick Box now. So this one's really interesting, because I would say that set is a perfect starter set. If you've never bought a Ninjago set before, or especially if you're buying a gift for a younger kid, I think that is the perfect set to start with. You get 2 Ninja, you get a hard-to-find Wu variant for cheaper, and you get the exclusive Ninja Apprentice minifigures. But then on the other end of that, if you're a long-term Ninjago fan who really cares most about the show, well, I personally still really like that set. I think a lot of the others will be more desirable. However, I think one important thing to consider is the fact that the set actually comes with a storage container that you can actually store LEGO in, so it's more than just a set, it's also a storage container, which I do think is valuable. Now in terms of the set that I think is the most skippable from this wave. If you want to get a lot of sets but you don't want to get all of them, the one I would recommend you pass up on is Kai's Mech Rider Evo. As much as I love the concept of the set, the idea of a Mech Rider is really cool, the price is unfortunately just way too high in my opinion. That should be a $30, $35 set, instead it's $45, and the minifigure selection is nothing all too crazy. It is the cheapest set you can get the Bone King in, so if you really want the Bone King for cheap, I guess that's an alright option, but I would recommend you just pay a little bit more and get Jace Titan Mech instead. Because while I definitely don't hate the set, it's just way too expensive, and there's just so many better things you can get for the same amount of money. So I would recommend you pass up on that one, especially because we already got a Kai Mech last year, so if you already have that one, this one's a little less desirable. Now touching on the sets that I haven't touched on yet, Jace Titan Mech is really good, but similar to Kai's Mech Rider Evo, it is definitely overpriced. Very similar scale to Zane's Titan Mech, however $20 more. So if price isn't an issue for you, it is a really fantastic set, and it's awesome seeing all the Titan Mechs lined up together. But if you're not a hardcore J fan, nor someone who likes to collect all the big mechs, I'd probably recommend you pass this one up too, at least until it goes on sale. Because yeah, unless you're a J completionist, or a mech completionist, there are other mechs on the same scale for cheaper, or bigger things for the same exact price. So as cool as I think that set is, and it has some fantastic minifigures, I would recommend something like Zane's Dragon over it. unless you have some special connection to it. Again, I want to reiterate, not a bad set by any means, definitely more unique than Kai's Mech Rider, but I feel like that one for a lot of people does not need to be a day one purchase. Rather, you should wait until it's on sale. Nia's Water Dragon Evo I think is fantastic. If you're looking for just another small set to add to your collection, I highly recommend you just throw that one in. Of course, if you're on a smaller budget, I recommend the Lloyd Mech instead, but if you do have a more loose budget, I'm actually a super big fan of that build. Might be my favorite of the Evo Dragons, actually. Yeah, honestly, now thinking about it, I think it is. Only $20, a pretty great figure selection. This is also now the cheapest way to get core Nia, so if you really wanted a core Nia and did not have the chance to get her in any of the larger sets that she came in last year, this is a nice new way to do it. And then finally, we have Cole's Earth Dragon Evo, which this is a set I said in my review I am just so divided on. I do really like the idea of it in concept, however, I feel like it really needs modification to be truly good, because in its base form, it leaves a little bit to be desired. Specifically, like the head not being able to be articulated, super lame, and the leg articulation's not the best. Still though, it looks really cool and I think it's an alright price, and it's definitely the cheapest way to get core Cole now, so it's definitely not a set I would say don't get. However, just like with the Water Dragon, there's better options. So if I had to rank these sets in terms of priority, like how much I think you should get each of them, with the first set being like must have and the last set being like, you don't need it, I think I would go Lloyd's Mech Battle Evo, then Zane's Ice Dragon Creature, then actually the Water Dragon Evo, then I think Jay's Titan Mech, then Cole's Earth Dragon, then the Ninja Brick Box, and then Kai's Mech Rider. But I would say all around this is a very solid wave. Prices are definitely a little bit high, higher than I would like, but the quality of the builds are pretty great. Other than Cole's Earth Dragon, there's really not any builds here that I feel like really need to be improved. Like the biggest limiter on the sets I say aren't that desirable are either their price or their redundancy, which is unfortunate. Hopefully LEGO starts getting cheaper soon once they realize the price increases aren't working, but we will have to see about that. Now, unrelated to what I recommend, looking at all these together, I didn't realize like when these sets were announced, but not counting this $10 sets, there is one set for every single ninja. Cole, Zane, and Nia each get a dragon, and then Kai, Jay, and Lloyd get a mech. Seeing them all lined up like this looks incredible. I love all the different colors and how they all fit together so well. I honestly wish we had more waves like this, because it's amazing seeing that distribution there, how there is one thing for each ninja. I really hope that continues going forward. But yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you want to see like my thoughts on the $10 sets, stay tuned. I don't have them yet, but as soon as I do, I will be making reviews on them. Go check out my full reviews on any of these sets if you want to see my more in-depth thoughts. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What are you planning on picking up on January 1st? Which sets do you think are must-haves? And which sets do you think you should pass up on? I am very curious to hear your thoughts. But as for this video, I think it's about all I have to say. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please press like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos just like this one almost every day, so if you subscribe, be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.